Shabbat Shalom for sunset January the 2nd through sunset January the 3rd, 2026, here on Following Him, the Disciple Life, because true rest and true peace is in the Christ. We don't have to take a day off as a matter of justification. In fact, if we were to do it for justification, that would sever us from Christ. Read the book of Galatians, particularly getting around the opening verses of chapter 5. Paul is very strong in what he says about those that are doing things of the law for the purpose of justification. So we don't do things that might have been found in the law for justification, but something like rest, we don't do it for justification. But there's definitely a place for doing it for recuperation, because even though we're under a new covenant, we still are human and we need a break sometimes. And so it behooves us as those that are imitators of God. There in Ephesians 5:1, we're to be imitators of God as dear children, to consider when God rested. Now, God does not need rest in the same way that we do. There in John 5:17, Jesus said, "My Father's been working until now, and I have been working." God does not sleep. He does not need a nap. He does not need time off. It's not the way it works with a spirit being, much less with God. But he did have a day he rested from a work, and that was the template for the Sabbath day law that was part of the law of Moses. And so we have there in Genesis 2, beginning verse 1, "Thus the heavens and the earth and all the host of them were finished, and on the seventh day God ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done." Notice how this keeps tying back in with work in these verses. And you go to the previous chapter, there in verse 31, he saw everything he had done. It was what? It was very good. Tov me'od, that phrase, that Hebrew phrase, were very good. It's a very strong phrase in the Hebrew. He obviously worked well. You want to rest well? You want to have a rest that you're not going to be ashamed of, where you can mentally let go a little bit and relax? Work well in the days up to it. Have good, productive work in the days up to it. Work well to rest well. You have a great evening. Lord willing, I'll be talking at you tomorrow morning with the morning message, and then later on the day with Saturday salvation and Shabbat Shalom.